Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 5 of Benjamin Magnus Plays Kerbal Space Program. Last episode, we built ourselves a spacecraft and successfully made it to the moon, completed an orbit, and made it all the way back to Kerbin completely safely. Now the goal is going to be so much more difficult. It's going to be to land a craft on the moon, do a little EVA, plant our flag on the moon, and then get back to Kerbin. And I did get a lot of science last time I was out, so we're going to spend some of that. And right now, I'm going to spend it over here on Science Tech. I do need to throw on some batteries. Part of the reason why I'm going to burn some science over here is because I did realize I was starting to run low on electricity last time. And if you run low on electricity, you're screwed. So we're going to grab that. See what else we unlock. Landing, so some landing struts and landing gear for planes. Space exploration. Mobile Processing Lab, Pegasus 1 Mobility Enhancer, aka a ladder and a thermometer. And what do we have here? Electrics, that is it's a battery pack. Photovoltaic panel, so for recharging, and some lights. Ooh. Lights are helpful. I might have to grab that because lights make landing a lot easier. And what else do we got to work with? I'm kind of torn between this one and this one. I think I'm going to go with lights. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. Okay. What else did we unlock? Advanced exploration. Barometer. What is that? Oh, I think it's another ladder that extends. And, some more ladder stuff. Better batteries and better solar panels. Precision engineering. That's a lot of interesting. I don't know what any of this stuff is. Engines, monopropellant, fuel tanks, stacked. It looks like a bigger stacked decoupler. Oh no, it's a little tiny one. Oh, this is little tiny things for making little tiny like space probes and things like that. All right, so we burned all of our research. Now, the goal is going to be to redesign our spacecraft, which apparently I don't even have here anymore. I thought I had it saved. Auto-saved ship. Is this it? Yeah, there we go. That's it. Now, what we're going to have to do is this got us to the moon and back with this guy right here perfectly fine. It was fuel to spare. Now, the trick is going to be to redesign this top part so that it can land and take off. So what we're going to need to do is, let's, because this little capsule part up here is fine. No, not there. Yeah. See, this is basically the staging to get us into orbit and to move us around. And what we're going to need to do is redesign this portion right here so it operates like a lander. And I'm just trying to think of the best way to do that. For starters, we are going to need to put on landing struts. And what I'm going to do is put 4 of these on for stability purposes. Just like that. Landing struts. And then we can extend those when the time comes. Oh, this looks like it might be a little top-heavy like that, though. That makes me nervous. Do I have any different types of connectors or engines I can use? Not really. Not really. Okay, we're just gonna have to work with what we got here. Now, what I can do is put on engines like all around this. Maybe put 2 on the sides like this for more thrust and stuff like that. But that'll burn up more fuel, so I don't necessarily want to do that. Although it might be hard. I don't know. It might be hard to get off the ground with that tiny little engine. I'm just thinking out loud now. Okay, so that's the first step. The next thing we're going to need is... what am I looking for? What am I looking for? Ooh, a light is what I want, is a light. And I don't want a light that's going to draw too much energy, so... Extra wide beam, low power luminaire for lighting up large swath of whatever you wish. Let's grab 4 of these again and put them like that. And what that's going to do is assist in my landing process by putting lights on the ground so if I'm happen to be on the dark side of the moon, I can see better. Now, do I need anything else? Rechargeable battery pack. How much, electrical charge? 200. I could throw on a battery pack. Oh, it's tiny. That's what that is. Alright. What I'm gonna do is throw on a battery pack, just one, maybe, right there. Just so we have a little extra juice to work with, because I do have lights and landing gear and things to operate with. Now, the only thing I'm worried about is the stability of this. I mean, it just looks like it's gonna be top-heavy. I don't feel like putting on a solar panel, and now what I can do, you know, I can obviously take this whole thing, or not like that, and, well, actually, I think what I would need to do is take the bottom half and attach it to the top. My screen. Come on. It's a little hard, you know, getting this stuff working correctly. Yeah, like that. And now, as you can see, it's a lander. It's not just a, you know, mobility section, it's a lander section. The only other thing I'm considering doing is maybe putting on either more fuel. Now, see, adding on more fuel tanks would just make it taller and more, more top-heavy, which is not something I want. The other option I have would be to, what I was thinking is making another stage, and where I would leave the lander section on the moon, and then take off with a smaller section up here, but that would make it even more top-heavy and more difficult to land. So I think we're going to try to go with this. Yeah. This looks good to me. I didn't add that much extra weight. It's only the lights and the landing struts, so this should technically be good. I had plenty of fuel left over last time I tried this, so we should be good. So let's launch. Now what I'm probably going to do here is, if this works out well, I'm probably either just going to cut out a large section of the center of this, you know, me getting up into orbit and plotting a course to the moon, because it's going to take a while, and we already saw me do that. So if everything goes well, let's at least get this thing started by blasting off, turning on our SAS, just so I don't go all crazy. So yeah, like I said, if everything goes well right here, what I'm going to do is probably cut out everything of the episode, or at least fast forward it to the point where I'm on a intercept course with the moon, because you've already seen me do all this stuff before, and it looks like we're perfectly fine. I barely added any weight to this thing, so we should be good. Let's just blast off this stage. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Revert flight to the launch. Okay, I know what that was. That was the vehicle was saved before I fixed the staging the last time around. So what I need to do is swap this stage for this stage. So let's move this up, add that back in, move this down. Make sure that's correct. This stage is second, that stage is first. Okay, now we should be good. Alright, SAS back on, thrusters at 2/3, launch. And as long as this first stage separates correctly, then I'm going to just cut the episode here, and we'll be back when I'm on a course to the moon. So let's just give it a second, see what happens. Hopefully I can make it there. Now, I don't think I've ever... I may have successfully landed a lander on the moon once before. I don't really remember. I know I failed a lot, though. So... yeah, okay. Everything's going smoothly, so I'm gonna stop here, and we'll be back when I'm on a good course. So I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and as you can see, we're a lot closer to the moon than we were before. I have about the same amount of fuel as I did last time I tried this. Look at Kerbal all the way over there. I am a little bit nervous about how much fuel it's going to take to burn to get down onto the moon because I'm obviously going to have to make sure I'm going very, very slowly, and without an atmosphere, I'll need to slow myself down with my own thrusters. So I'm a little bit nervous. Does that work? No, that doesn't work. Oh, wait, there we go. Okay, there are my landing struts. They just extended. I believe this will turn on my lights. Doesn't really look like it does anything right now, but it will, trust me. And let's take a look at our orbital map here and try to figure this out. Now, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to burn retrograde to degrade my orbit. And to make sure that I'm using the least amount of fuel as possible to do this, I'm going to orient myself into a retrograde position and wait till I'm at my periapsis over here. So we're just going to speed up time a little bit. I know we're not really moving that fast. As you can see, we're only going 350 meters per second, which in orbital terms is damn near nothing. I'm just really nervous. I don't want to waste a lot of time, but I also don't want to miss my opportunity. How long is it going to take to get there? 6 minutes. Let's give it a little bit more oomph in the terms of time compression. Get a little bit closer. Okay, we're close enough. Alright, so we're retrograde now, and thrust up. As you can see, this is working out just as I had expected it to, curving our orbit around the moon here. And basically what I want to do is degrade it to the point where I have an intercept course with the moon, preferably on the light side. The dark side is harder to land on. Alright, so it's getting lower. We're going to wait till I'm at the periapsis again, so let's speed up time. I didn't have to burn that much. It was not nearly as much as I expected. Now, I'm not very good at this, so it's hard for... I basically just have to try to plot myself a course and take what I can get. It's best to try to land on the light side, like in a big crater, but I'm not nearly good enough to attempt to orient myself to something like that. I mean, I could try a little bit, but let's just put our thrusters on just a little bit, and it keeps swapping, so we're just going to keep burning. Keep burning retrograde. Degrade that orbit. As you can see, it's shrinking in, shrinking in, shrinking in, shrinking in. Just have to keep burning it until we intercept the moon at preferably not a very oblique angle, so hopefully somewhere over here. Like, if I put it over here... Oh, wait till it's over here. I'm just going to be rocketing past it, and I kind of want to come down as straight as possible. So I'm going to stop it when it's someplace over here. I think I have the fuel to spare to do something like that. Okay, right there. Perfect. Okay. Okay, now is the tricky part. Well, first let's take a look at our fuel. It is pretty low. It is pretty low, but there's not really much I can do about that. I did have fuel to spare last time I tried this, so hopefully it'll be enough to land me on the moon, take me back off, and get me back to Kerbal. I mean, if I could get myself in an orbit around Kerbal, then what I could try to do is, and something never done before, is try to build myself a rescue spacecraft. A craft to go back up, to go up into space and to get my Kerbals back. And this is part of the reason why I like to use the little thrusters when it comes down to this, like the small one for the moon landing, just because just the slightest bit of thrust can make a big difference when you're talking about a zero gravity environment like this. And the moon's approaching us quickly. We're definitely going to slow it down now. What I want to do is get a little bit closer. I want to make sure that I don't have this speed that high when I'm making my approach. So what we're going to do is start burning retrograde. I'm not really sure where my sound went. Oh, I just have my volume down. I must have knocked my little knob when I was trying to get my orbit when I was off screen there. See, this is what makes me nervous, is fuel consumption on this burn right here. And what we want, this surface speed needs to be really, really low, but it is dropping pretty quickly. And it looks like I'm heading for this area over here, and I don't want to. I want to be kind of in this area right here would be perfect, but our speed is dropping pretty quickly, so it's not too bad. At times like this is where these indicators come in really, really handy. And parachutes aren't going to work on the moon because clearly there's no atmosphere for it to drag on. Alright, this is not too bad. We're not doing too bad here. Fuel consumption is going to be critical right now, so that is what I'm worried about. Let's thrust down to save on fuel. The key here is going to be getting back to Kerbal now, because I'm just so low. So low on fuel. If this fails, what I'm going to have to do is try to throw on another fuel tank and try again. Alright, so we're coming down now. Coming down. Let's cut the engines right now. Get closer to the ground. And as you can see there, that shadow is going to really help me when it comes to this landing. Okay, let's thrust up a little bit. Coming in too hot. Coming in too hot. Alright, let's thrust up a little bit. Alright, we're coming down good. Alright, okay, alright. We need to be going at about that speed, so we need to get the thrusters to a point where we're maintaining that speed. We're going, okay, thrust up a little bit. See, I grabbed lights because of that. If you're on the dark side of the moon, then you need lights to kind of guide your way. Alright, thrust up, thrust up, thrust up, thrust down. Alright, I'm drifting too much. I need to counter that. Alright, thrust down. I was drifting too much to the side. Alright, we're better now. Thrust up, thrust up, thrust up. Drifting the other way now. Try to push it back in this direction. Thrust up, thrust up, thrust. Oh, did we do it? Did we do it? Oh, we did it! We did it! Woo! On the goddamn moon! Ha ha ha! Success! Oh, I thought we were gonna tip over because this thing's so fucking top heavy. Goo seems less dense here. Let's take all these goo containers. I mean, I might take a little bit of a hit for doing so many goo containers, but who cares? I'm on the goddamn moon. Let's take a crew report. See, that's bad. Electricity is being drained from something. I don't know what. We gotta make this quick. Keep a crew report. Do we have... how's this battery doing? Okay, that's still got some stuff in it. Let's take an EVA. EVA report. Keep that data. Jump off. Oh, float, 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 float. Oh, smack. Alright, now what we need to do is plant our flag on the moon for the first time. Success. Ha ha! Take, let's... Site name is First Moon Landing. Keep some data. Take a surface sample, definitely. The crater seems to have been a really nasty impact. The samples are heavier than normal. Keep that data. Success. Now I just need to... Here we go. Use my backpack thrusters to get back into the crew pod before I run out of fuel. Grab onto that. Climb up board my spacecraft. How are my batteries doing? Electric charge is still good. See, now is the hard part. Now what we need to do is using only this amount of fuel, get off the ground and get back to Kerbal. So let's thrust up. And as you can see, even a little bit of thrust on low gravity here can really get you moving. And right now I'm thinking I'm not going to have enough fuel to get back to Kerbal, which is going to be really unfortunate because I'm so happy that that worked. Let's give it just a little bit of thrust because I want to maintain my fuel as best as I can. And okay, let's thrust down. And right now I don't think I'm going to have enough fuel to get back. It's really, really hairy. So let's add a maneuver. Push that out. Yeah, see, look at crap maneuver. I can do this without a maneuver, I think. Right now, I might be able to get back into a lunar orbit, but I don't think I'm going to have enough fuel to get back to Kerbal, which is going to be a shame. For just a second there, I was so ecstatic. It's just lack of fuel, I think, is what's going to do me in here. Oh, I wanted to focus. No, switch to? No. I changed my focus and I didn't. That's not what I wanted. Well, yeah, look how little fuel I have left, and I was actually still thrusting there, which is not what I wanted to be doing. Alright, let's push ourselves over on our side, try to, because the trick here is going to be get into a lunar orbit, and then have enough fuel left over to burn to Kerbin. And I mean, last time I managed to make it an intercept course with one burn, but it was a bit of a lengthy burn, if I remember correctly, and I mean, look at how slowly this is progressing. Alright, let's get closer to our apoapsis before we try that again. Alright, slows. Alright, get back into the. I'm trying to conserve as much fuel by using just a third of the thrusters right now, and I don't even want to go look at how much fuel is left because I'm afraid as soon as this number stops going up, that means I ran out of fuel, though, and I have a really bad feeling it's going to happen soon. Oh, I'm so nervous. Oh, Jebediah. Are you going to be stranded in orbit around the moon? Let's look at our staging. Oh, yeah, we're going to be stuck here. We actually might crash back onto the moon. Oh, that would just be awful. Jebediah, what have I done? What have I done, Jebediah? Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, let's just burn the rest of our fuel. It's going to cut out any second now. If I could get into orbit... Nope, that's it. That's all my fuel. That's all my fuel. Let's take a look at what happened here. Oh, look at that. We're going to crash. Let's at least watch him crash back into the moon. Because I don't even have enough fuel. I don't even have any fuel left, so it would just be, you know... I'm gonna hit this thing going real fast. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, my God. 500 meters per second. Oh! Oh! Oh, nothing left. Just another crater on the moon. Oh, fucking A. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Alright, we're just gonna have to... We're gonna have to call it a wash. Revert back to our vehicle assembly area and call it an episode here. I'm going to have to rearrange this in some way so I have more fuel. And I have an idea of how I can do that, but that'll be for the next episode because this is just running too long to try it right now. So, and as you can see down here, I didn't lose any money, so that whole thing was a wash. That it basically was like it didn't happen, but at least it was entertaining. We gained some knowledge. I know what I'm going to have to do in the future, and tomorrow actually, for this next episode, to make it to the moon and back. And I'll probably do the construction off screen and then just show you what I did. So this is this episode. If you've enjoyed it, drop me a like, leave me any comments you feel could be useful, and if you're interested in more daily Benjamin Magnus Plays Kerbal Space programs, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.